So we are on live. Good morning, travel partners. I'm just trying to find this right here on. Okay. I need to come back
Okay.
to Belize.
Yeah, it's been too long.
I know 2019. It's too long.
And after you left, we were hit with the pandemic.
I know. Yep. Yep. It's true. I was there. Like, was it August? Good morning, travel partners. Good morning. Good morning. Let us know where you are. Let us know where you are watching from, where you are joining us from. Let me get that. You may hear a little bit of noise. The guys are mowing the lawn outside. But
Okay.
good morning, travel partners. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Shannon. Thank you for joining us this morning on our regular coffee chat. This morning we are in Belize virtually. I wish I was there physically, but a little bit of technology. And I have my old friend Adrian, and he was just telling me that all of the tours I didn't do while I was there, so I have more reasons to go back to Belize. So let us know where you are watching us from this morning, where you are joining us from this morning. As you know, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and my guest today is Mr. Um, well, I have you down as Gerrard, but we know you as Adrian.
Adrian Gerrard is Adrian Gerrard, but
So Adrian is with Age Old Tours. Did I get that right? Yes.
yes.
Age Old Tours in Belize, San Francisco. Good morning, Vicky. How are you? So Vicky said you better Belize it. I remember when that you had Belize had that tagline. You better Belize it.
Because you're gonna have an unbelievable time.
Unbelievable time in Belize. Yeah, I really enjoyed Belize, and I think that Belize always felt like it was so far away in South America, and um, but once you get there, let's see, comment. But once you get there, Belize is so close. It's a short flight from Miami, and what I was really happy to know that everybody speaks English. So it didn't seem like, it was deep down in South America where we couldn't get. So Adrian, tell us a little bit about you and tell us about your tours.
Okay. A quick overview of myself. I roughly have about 25 years in the tourism industry here in Belize. Worked my way from the ground uh, to where I'm presently at. Embarking on my own. Now I've left managing Ainha Adventures after because of the pandemic. Um, but I do believe that when it comes to tourism in Belize, I bring a lot to the table. My primary focus is to sell an experience to clients, right? But give them the optimum amount of quality, right? Safety and enjoyment when visiting Belize. I want them to be in a stress-free environment. I want them to come here. I want them to feel so relaxed, like it feels like they left their home, but they didn't leave their home. So pretty much that is my goal. That is where I'm coming from when it comes to delivering tours and selling tours and promoting Belize.
Fantastic. So I met Adrian a couple of years ago, and he took us out. He took us out. You were working for the tourism board at the time, and he took us out to do a couple of tours. And I must say that you really made us see Belize from your eyes. And we did a little bit of everything. We went to the Mayan the ruins. We did a boat cruise as well. Um, you made me climb all the way to the top, and I was huffing and puffing at the end, but it was all worth it. The food was good, so I could assure you that your experience with him. And then, I mean, you were actually our tour guide as well. I know you have guides working for you, but I remember you were actually with us. You were actually our tour guide during that time. So so it's nice to see that now that you are on your own and doing the very same thing and even better. So Adrian has been in the business for a very long time, and he really gives you will really give your client that experience of Belize, because we saw a lot. I think it was over a 2 day period. We saw so much and ate so much, and he was fantastic. So tell us a little bit about some of the tours that you do. I know you did. Let me see. We have two of them. Let me see. Right. So
There we go. Headed into the cave. Bronco riding. Alrighty. Oh wow. Welcome to Xibalba. Xibalba is the Maya term used to describe the entrance of the cave system.
so tell us a little bit about this tour.
Okay, that is one of the number one sought after activities when visiting Belize. Most people that would not have any problems mobility wise, right, and don't mind to do a little slight hiking beneath the canopy of our beautiful rainforest or jungle, right? They come and they do the cave tubing, which is partnered with our zip lining tour. Well, let me emphasize on the cave tubing. The caves, they're natural. They're very old, thousands and thousands of years. They've been carved out by the river. The river goes through these caves, but it has a relationship with regards to the Maya, right? Belize is a part of Mundo Maya. So if you want to get a cultural aspect of the Maya world, visiting Belize, you can get that. You get it by visiting our ruins, and then you get to understand the ideology of the Maya. The Maya people, they have their own concept of the the heavens and the underworld. And for most Christians, we believe in heaven and hell,
Oh, yeah.
right? Well, so do the Maya. The Maya believe that there are 13 layers of the upper world, and there are 9 layers or 9 lords of the underworld. And it's a rite of passage for them before they ascend to the upper world that they must traverse through Shebalba. Now, for the lay person or the Maya person, they believe that the entrance to the underworld were through cave systems and cenotes, right? So going through Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, all of these regions where Maya people are densely inhabiting, that is the concept. Most archaeologists in these areas have found remnants of pottery and sacrificed virgins, right? Calcified remains of sacrificed virgins to the lords of the underworld in these cave systems. So this is a very adventurous story. We go through the caves. There's a high possibility of seeing bats. You can see a 8 feet spider. Yeah, all spiders have 8 feet. And that's a joke, right? So no, but there's tarantulas. You're going to see stalagmites, stalagmites, right? Columns, right? There's a waterfall within that cave system as well, and there's actually a part where you see a cenote, through that cave system, right? And it's just breathtaking. It's just fascinating to learn the Maya history, and the Maya, how the Mayas, they thought, they have their own mythology as well, just like how the Greeks and the Phoenicians, they have their own myth. So do the Maya. And going into the cave systems, uh, us as guides and operators, right? We give that experience to our clients, right? Also, hiking through the jungle, uh, tour guides will also give medicinal aspects of flora and fauna throughout our jungle. Again, it coincides with Maya medicinal holistic healing.
Mhm.
So that is what we do here. I mean,
So
it's amazing.
you just
You
give
would
us
have
a history lesson, geography lesson, religious lesson right there in your 2-minute conversation. You gave us lessons, quite very interesting. So for
exactly.
those who didn't see the video, I'm going to show it to you. It's a short video of going through a cave. So I'm going to show it to you again for a few seconds.
There we go. Headed into the cave. Bronco riding. Alrighty. Welcome to Xibalba. Xibalba is the Maya term used to describe the entrance of the cave system.
So yeah, so just listening to what you said and then watching it again, is something else. So and you also do. You said after this you do the zip line.
Yes. Yeah. Keep coming. Knees up.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
Okay, so that is this exact same river system. So after the guests, they would complete the cave aspect of the tour. Then we take them to go on the lines. There are 6 to 7 lines, depending on availability. And a couple of the lines actually traverse across the river, right? But they're up in the canopy of the jungle, and it's breathtaking. I mean, it's for the folks that want to get a little bit of adrenaline rush. I mean, it's nothing like how you would say, it's it's not like these extreme zip lines. It's comfortable. All right. I've taken folks on the lines where they've had they had phobias of height and that stuff, and they did it. We have an initial run, which is pretty much called the chicken run. And and once they cross that and they feel the rush and they feel the safety, because the guides that will take them, they're very trained. So we have a catcher and a receiver. So at all times, safety is at its utmost, even the gear. The lines, they are checked periodically throughout the year. A guy from Central America that does, he's certified in zip lines. He comes and he checks the lines. So again, safety is always first.
Okay, so that's just two of the tours, but you do a whole range of tours all over Belize, or is it one part of Belize?
Yes, we do a wide array of tours. For the folks that are listening in or will see this, you can go to tours.bz. I have a 1-800 number there as well. On the website itself, it gives a list of the tours that I'm affiliated with and that I deliver. Okay. And like I said, we use licensed tour guides and we use uh, licensed tour operators to deliver these tours.
Okay, so tell us how travel agents can reach you. Tours.bz dot and the 800 number. And I know you pay travel agent commission 5%, or how else do you work with travel agents?
Um, I like to discuss actually the mathematics behind it,
Hmm.
one on one with the clients, or with the travel agents, right? It's depending on how we negotiate, you know. I mean, I guess it's the industry that we're in, but I would give them my rack rate, and they would then sell it as, and I would give them the suggestive selling rate, and with that they can calculate what their percentage is at, you know, because
Okay.
the market is very competitive. Uh, since COVID and restrictions have lifted, tour operators have realized that providing a grade A quality service is a must in the industry.
Hmm.
So uh, COVID had its pros, but it has its cons. It had its cons, but it
Yes.
has its pros as well.
Pros, yes, yes.
It was pretty much like a reset switch for us to not take this beautiful industry that we're in, which is tourism, and take it for granted, you know,
Yeah.
because it's the livelihood of many people.
Hmm.
It's the one of the number one income source or income earners for my country. It contributes to more than 33% of our annual GDP, right? And it trickles down from not only myself as a guide, as a person that sells the tour, or the operators, the licensed operators. It impacts the entire industry. Everybody that visits Belize, they get to they get to see, they get to feel, they get to. I mean, we're the only English speaking country in this hemisphere. We do speak Spanish as a second language because we are bordered to the north by Mexico, to the south and west by Guatemala. So our neighbors, they speak Spanish. People in the Caribbean, they know we are part of the Commonwealth countries, right? So if you have a Caribbean passport, you have an EC passport, I mean, you can travel to us easily. You know, there's no issues. Um, Coming from the United States, if you're coming out of Houston or Miami, it's a 2.5 hour flight. Um, most of the restrictions have been lifted. We do require that people flying into the country, they purchase an insurance, a travel insurance, and that is just to safeguard them in the event they would get tainted by COVID. You know, so we've done our part here in Belize by enhancing stuff. You know, guides, they know how to do proper pickups. We still maintain social distancing. We try not to intermingle groups. So if we get a group, we don't put that group with another one, you know, unless they're all traveling together. There are a lot of little stuff that we are still practicing because we're not taking COVID lightly. We know what it can do. We've seen what it did, and what it and it's still doing, right? But we want to return back to um, amazing times in our country, or selling amazing times to our clients and our visitors. So
Okay.
we're getting there.
Fantastic. So again, this is Adrian from Age Old Tours, and you can go to tours.bz. Adrian works with travel agents, and you would like to partner with travel advisors and put packages together for Belize. So either long stay arrivals or also of the cruise ships. So Belize is a big cruise destination as well. So if you have clients visiting via cruise and they want to do some tours, some eco tours, especially eco tours to Belize, you could work with Adrian Age Old Tours. And as he said, he will give you his rack rates, and then you can put your commission on top of that, to make your portion of what you deserve. So again, Age Old Tours. And we're just talking about the different tours. I met Adrian in 2019, I think, right before COVID.
Yeah,
And yeah, right before COVID, and it took us out. And I remember the tour that we did, like we did yesterday. It was such an interesting tour of climbing, visiting the Mayan ruin, climbing all the way to the top, and we got that fantastic view of the entire city of Belize City, and the food. And if you are a foodie, okay, you will be very happy in Belize. the food is out of this world. And I think it's all of the different cultures mingling together that gives you that, that type of cuisine in Belize, because the food was fantastic. The food was something to talk about. And I remember when I asked about the food, they were like, one of the main dishes is it potato salad, is it?
Yes, the potato salad.
Potato salad. And I'm like, potato salad? But it was good potato salad. I kept on asking for more potato salad. So
Well, eh, remember we are former British colonies, so
yeah.
we stole some of the colonial dishes, right, that they left behind, and we've tweaked it up and I've put on the Belizean essence to it, right? Because we have an Afro culture here as well, the Creole people, they're descendants of the African slaves that were brought here, right? All of that makes our food infused, I mean, and then the Maya seasonings. I mean, we have these amazing natural seasonings that we get from the jungle, herbs and spices. So when we stitch it all together, or number one, or what we call the number one dish here in Belize is rice and beans with stewed chicken and potato salad with deep fried ripe plantains. And I have never met a guest that did not enjoy it.
Yep. It is unbelievable.
Yes, it's a unbelievable experience, and visiting Belize is what it's all about. Um, we have many cultures here. We are a very diverse country, and we look forward to getting more visitors to our country. And this is part of what I'm doing right now.
Okay, so do you have any questions for Adrian? Again, Adrian is with Angel Tours, and he's a local tour operator in Belize, working in travel advisor. So good morning, Samantha from Trinidad and Tobago. The funny thing, when I was in Belize, there was a group of us, and there were people from St. Lucia, St. Kitts, and Trinidad and Tobago. It took a while before I met somebody from Belize, because apparently Trinis love Belize. There was a whole group of Trinidadians over there in Belize, it was like treaties are all over the place. So Samantha Trinidad love Belize. So good morning, Pauline. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning, Tina. Hey, Barry. Thank you all for joining us this morning. Good morning, Natasha, Chrissy, Barbara. Haven't seen you in a long time. Would you be at CHTA? Good morning, Mary, over in Orlando. So good morning to all of our travel advisors all over the US, and I hope you can connect with Adrian of Angel Tours. You can Instagram, um, follow his Instagram, like his page, and contact him for your clients going to Belize. And he has tours all over the island, and he does both long stay from the hotel and also from the cruise line. So you enjoy. Were you off the cruise when you enjoyed the kids, or was it a hotel? Vicky. So your Facebook and social media, Instagram, you have Instagram as well, and Facebook is all both for
Yes,
all Angel Tours, and you can also contact him there. I also put his 800 number on the screen so that you could see that, and you could contact him, make direct contact with him, so you could put together programs for your clients. And the nice thing about it, Adrian is in task, and then he's a very pleasant person. So get to know him, work with him directly, and build that bond, build that relationship with our partners in the Caribbean. Oh, you stayed at Capital City and you flew over. Okay. So that's Vicky recounting her stay over in Belize. So I really like this short video, and I'm going to show that again before we leave to show you one of the tours.
There we go. Headed into the cave. Bronco riding. Alrighty. Welcome to Shibalba. Xibalba is the Maya term used to describe the entrance of the cave system.
So I like that because it's a bit of everything. You do the you visit the cave, you also do zip lining. What else it includes? So it's a little bit of a few things that you do on this tour.
Well, even with the logistical aspect of the tour, picking up the guests and taking them to where we do the activities, along the way, we would describe our heritage. We would give our cultural experiences about our country. We would elaborate on the different ethnic groups of people that make Belize what is Belize. Um, we would even give a brief history of Belize, of how we became Belize. You know, we speak of the time when the colonials were here, how they came in. We speak about the Maya, how they're the indigenous people of this land. All right. And we pretty much paint a picture. So if you would be sitting in on one of our tours, you could actually paint this mental, historical movie in your head as we go along, and we put the narrative to it. And that is how we deliver our tours here in Belize. It's not just picking up the guests, taking them to the site, chugging them in the water. No, it's all about the guest experience. It's for them when they leave with a better understanding of the country, of the people, and the love that the people give off naturally to people visiting Belize.
Okay. So how long is that particular tour? Because I'm very much interested in that tour. How long will that tour?
With logistics, that tour lasts about 6.5 hours.
Okay, so it's a full day tour and it
It's a
includes
full
lunch.
it's a full day tour.
Okay.
Um, we have gone to the extent where we have incorporated it to do we do a triple tour in that. And let me send you a photo right now.
I'll post those photos on the task page for everybody to see.
Let
And
me
yes, it was called British Honduras. The same way growing up, I remember when I did the history at home, Hispaniola. Hispaniola was Haiti and the Dominican Republic. So
exactly.
Belize was British Honduras, and there is, I suppose now, Honduras is what the Spanish country is now. But we had British Honduras as what Belize is today.
So I sent you a photo just now. These are guests that are visiting Shonantunich. Shunantunich is one of the Maya cities that sits pretty much between on nearly on the western border of Guatemala and Belize. So we've also incorporated where people that have enough time, we can stitch 3 activities for them for the day. So they get to go to see a Maya ruin. They learn about Maya history, culture, and then when we take them into the caves, they get a better understanding of what we are teaching them about the ideologies of the Maya, about Xibalba, the underworld, right? So it's not only for the adventure, it's to educate them as well.
Educate, correct. Yeah, it looks that way, educating as well. So it seems very, very interesting. I would love to do this when I
I would
visit
love to
Belize
have
in
you
the
back
new.
so that we can take you.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Bring
So if
Natalie.
Yeah, I will bring Natalie for sure. Natalie is my traveling buddy. Yes, Natalie will talk about that. So again, travel advisors. This is Adrian Gerrard with Angel Tours. Um, please follow him on social media. Please take his contact information and connect with him for your clients in Belize. He works with travel advisors and he does do um, commission. Again, he said he gives you the rack rates and then you put your percentage on top of that. So if you have no questions for us, we would be signing off in a second. If you have any questions, comment, feedback, we'd love to hear from you um, before we sign off. Again, thanks to all who joined us this morning. as usual, for our regular coffee chat where we keep our travel advisors updated on everything Caribbean. Any questions, feedback? So no questions. So please go ahead and follow Adrian, Age-Old Tours on social media, Instagram and Facebook, and visit his website to see the tours that he has, and connect with him and do some business.
Thank you. Kelly, it was amazing. I haven't seen you in such a long time.
I
I know
know.
I know every now and again I'd pop in and say hi, or I would come in and check. Thank you so much for always keeping us informed with what's happening within the Caribbean and within traveling on a whole. You know, your information is very valuable to us. I think you bring a certain aspect of quality to tourism where I am always speechless to say what you do for tourism on a whole and
Oh,
traveling. You
thank you
know,
so
so
much. Appreciate that. Child,
travel
this is
advisors selling the Caribbean. Kudos to you guys. I love you a lot.
yes. Travel advisors in the Caribbean, they've kept the Caribbean alive. They really have done a lot for the Caribbean. They've really kept the Caribbean during COVID. I mean, they showed us, they came through for us. And, they don't, I know now they know that even though they love what they do, we love them because they put food on our table.
Like,
Travel advisors selling the Caribbean, they can sell the world, but they choose to sell the Caribbean. And we thank you for that because you put food on lots and lots of tables. You feed so many families.
so
And
many
as Adrian
families.
said earlier on, that when you think about the trickle down effect of tourism, it was seen during COVID because businesses closed because you feel this company sells groceries and they went out of business because you don't realize that the hotels buy groceries from them. So it's so the number of people who were involved in tourism, and during COVID you realize how much tourism affects the entire world. So thanks to our travel advisors who really kept, even during COVID, they kept on selling, and they really put the Caribbean on the map, and we love you for that. So thank you for that. We appreciate you. So again, have a fantastic weekend. Well, yeah, it's the eve of the weekend. Fantastic weekend. Thank you so much, Adrian. What time is it by you? Because I always forget you on Central Time, but you
Right
don't
now
change
we're
your clock.
Central Time. It's 9:30 Central Time. 9:32 Central Time.
9:32. So you don't change your clock. So I always call Deborah too early in the morning, and I'm forgetting that she's on Central Time, but she doesn't change they don't change the clock in Belize. So thank you all for listening on. And again, please go support Adrian Angel Tours on social media and connect with him. He's very personable and he will take care of your clients. And you're going to get your commission for doing business with him. So, all the reasons to work with him. Thank you all. Thank you, Diane. It was so nice seeing you last weekend. Thanks, Vicky. Have a good weekend. Bye, everyone. Bye, Adrian. See you in Billy soon, hopefully, with Natalie.
Thank you so much, Kelly.
Okay, bye.
Bye.